Want that. Special delivery. I need that. Special delivery.
Welcome to the Special Delivery Damn Near Daily podcast. I'm your host, Special, and this is episode number 26 of the Special Delivery 30 Podcast Challenge, where I'm just trying to give you 30 podcasts in however long it takes. Special Delivery is all about new music, whether it's me highlighting new music that just dropped or sitting down with artists to break down their latest project. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that follow or subscribe button on whatever you're listening on. This episode is with ALLBLACK, where he breaks down his latest project, KimSon, everything you don't know and should know about that project. We break down everything from beats, lyrics, even him kind of recording this project in a depression and coming out of it. We also talk about what's coming up next for him. Is there going to be a Lost Files? Is there going to be a Shame 3? And the project that he's dropping on 420. So let's get into it. ALLBLACK in here. How you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm happy you're here. I'm such a fan of the music. I'm so excited to talk about it. It's going to be a good time.
Thank you.
Gotta talk about KimSon, about yourself, talking about how your mother made you who you are and how important that is to you. My favorite song is Change the Gloves.
Bouncing back as we speak, I'm still suffering from pain. 1 foot still in the street, I'm really trying to lead a game. Change the gloves once again, I'm no longer scared of change. Done hustling for J's and them all gold chain. Bouncing back as we speak, I'm still suffering from pain. 1 foot still in the street, I'm really trying to lead a game. Change the gloves once again.
I think it's so interesting that you said this was the song you didn't care if people liked it or not. And you kind of talk about losses, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about their losses. What was it like writing that one?
I can say honestly, the whole project, I was in like a dark moment in my life. It was kind of new for me. I've always experienced, ups and downs, and I had a lot of like wins and passes throughout my life. I always got passes for even when I did things wrong or when they were out of pocket. I always got a pass because I was so different, or as they say, weird, you know what I mean? Or comfortable with me being me. So at the end of the day, at that time, the whole KimSon project, when I was writing it, I was getting a lot of writer's block because I was trying to give the people what I thought they liked. And I got to a point where I was just like, fuck it, I'll do that in a minute. Let me write this real quick, because I do look at the music as a diary. You know what I mean? That's how I express myself. I'm known for donating my ear, and I'm the vent box, amongst my peers and my family. So the music that's what I've been to. I've been to the microphone. So the Change the Gloves was a verse, and then a month later was another verse, and then the hook wasn't even the hook. It wasn't even a hook. That hook was the ending of a verse to a whole nother song. But I was in the studio like, fuck, I gotta do something. And I did that, and when it came out, I was like, damn, wow, like I'm simping, like I'm tripping. But I didn't understand none of it until it dropped, because once the project dropped, I was in a whole different area. My whole mind was on something completely different. I was out of that dark cloud. So I was like, damn, like that's how I was feeling at that moment. Damn, I didn't even know.
I think that's the craziest part of, like, you know what I mean, whether you're in a dark place. A lot of people experience like panic attacks and stuff like that, and that clarity when you come out of that and like looking back on it is so strong. So to have that in a song and to look back at that dark place and be like, oh shit, like I didn't even realize how bad it was until I looked back on it, like that's super interesting to think about. So
it was really sick. Of course, you go through things, ups and downs, you're in the streets, or you're at home, things are on the way, but I really did not listen to it. Like after I make the music, I don't listen to it, you know what I mean? Because that's my diary. It makes me go back to those feelings, and I don't like those feelings. But I love that song, Red Perch as well.
I think my favorite part of it is I'm no longer scared to change, because I think that is such an important thing to say out loud, such an important conclusion to come to, because I think people get so stuck in their ways and they just think that like, oh, this is just who I am, like I'm stubborn, you know what I mean, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do this. But it's like you're only that stubborn because you're scared to change. Right. So at what point did you come to that conclusion of I'm not scared to change?
Getting my car pulled, the people around me, stepping up and going, hey, you catting, hey, you out of pocket. Them showing me tough love, them not cutting no corners with me. Like I always preached, if I can't tell you how I really feel, we ain't cool, and I got a lot of strong-minded people, I got a lot of bosses around me, and they do not cut corners. They're not with it. Also with mom, she don't care if I hang up 100 times, she gonna call back 105 times, you know what I mean? And she gonna keep calling, and she gonna laugh about it until I get out of it.
I think that's so important too, because a lot of people have people in their lives who are just yes men, and just let them get those passes and just just keep going. But it's like to have people in your life who will really stop you and be like, nope, you gotta stop. Like,
right.
This is not cool. And you know what I mean? To even have that tough love to keep calling you back, because a lot of people would give up on you. And it's like, to really have those people in your life is so important, and just so important to talk about and to tell the people about.
Really,
so I love that.
Just look at it as you the one giving the advice, or you the one telling them, hey man, get up. You showing that tough love, and you giving them that game, and they listening, and then you going through something and they going, hey, and you don't, and you're not practicing what you preach. You know what I mean? And that's when you really get took on one. That's when they really take you on one.
We gotta talk about Collarbone. Drew Banger with the X-Men intro.
I'm in your city, Alabama, trying to get this off the strip.
Was that his idea or your idea?
Nah, that was Drew Banger. Drew Banger, he had that already. He had that in the chamber for a minute. At first, the beat wasn't like that. The beat, it was the X-Men, sample, but it clapped on some pa, 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 pa. So I'm just like, I'm with the pa, 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 turned up. The extras, like the sound that grabs everybody's ear and things like that. Of course, the sample, but the extras was my buddy, my longtime friend, Joe Wax. He actually asked permission from Drew to, give him some game, touch it up. And you know what, and Drew was like, hey, it's good. When it came out, I'm like, that ain't really me, man. And when people loved it so crazy, I still was like, but and I love it. The video is beautiful. Shout out Lil Barrel Band, that's my blood cousin. Love him.
We definitely gotta talk about Joe Wax. Not only did he produce a majority of the project, he executive produced it, but you talk about how you were like, okay, we're gonna do a project for real this time. No YouTube beats, no none of that. Like a real EP. And your first instinct is to go to Joe Wax. Not only have you known him forever, but what is it about? You talk about his sound is like '09 Wiz. What was it about him that you were like, okay, if I'm gonna do a serious EP, I'm gonna go to him?
Wax always just talks to my cousin, which is my manager as well, Delancey. And they chop game back and forth. And Wax, he's the genius. And he's like, yeah, man, it'd be cool if Dust can, go like this and this and that and that. But Delancey was always telling me, like, hey, in a minute, we're gonna get off them YouTube beats. And one day he came to me and was like, you wanna make a real project? I'm like, bruh, all right, cool. I'm with it. What is it? We gonna link up with Wack. We gonna run all his beats. He gonna send you a batch. We gonna sit down and we gonna run through them. And I was just like, all right, yeah, it's cool. But once I started drifting off, trying to get on the turned up, he was like, nah, try this. So the majority of the songs on KimSon, the beats on KimSon, I wasn't really like, I love Wax sound because it's different, you know what I mean? And when I say '09 Wiz, it's like dreamy, spacey, wavy, you know what I mean? He got these certain sounds that's gonna grab you. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can run on that. And of course, my backbone, my main Dane, he like, bruh, trust me. You got pen. Delancey always tell me, you got pen. This gonna clap. So what I did was I wrote a lot of the songs with no beat. And when it just meshed together, it was a movie. A lot of help, a lot of encouragement, a lot of game, a lot of just chancing. We jumped off in the deep end, like, we're gonna try. Let's do it, and voila.
So dope. So dope.
Yes.
And then we gotta talk about China Pack. Another interesting lyric, I would say, is you only call me when it's bad. And I think some people prefer that and some people hate it. Do you prefer for people to only call you when it's bad, or do you want people to check in every now and then?
Well, to answer your question, when you tap in, if you know I'm going to answer the phone, if you calling me, I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you. I'll be quiet and let you speak and all that. But, if you're out of pocket, I'm going to tell you out of pocket. If you want to just me to butter you up, I'm going to butter you up for that moment. But a week later, I'm going to come through and I'm going to pull your car when we at the party, just like they do me. But when I said, when you up, you don't pick up, you only call me when it's bad.
Yags always finish last and get kicked in the ass. When you up, you don't pick up, you only call me when it's bad. It's all black. Niggas ain't rough like us, ain't cut like us. Niggas ain't tough like us, eat beef like us.
Up, meaning that when you got a check, when everything's going good, when it's lit, you know where to be found. When they get sickle cell, when it's out of pocket, some things come crashing down, or the seatbelt off, the 12 gauge on your back, you want to call me. That's buck wild. I've always jumped and told them, like, that ain't cool, but I got to a point where I was just like, nah, we ain't gonna play that role. I like how you caught that, though. And they get there and they go, oh my God, my car blew up, then my shoe fell off, then Fred beat me up and dropped me off, and then I need to borrow $40.
Yeah. No. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
So,
I like to take them on one. are you serious? No. What? Blase. No, when? You know, what did you said you wanted? You wanted $8 $20 bills? You know, or I pay them in ones and just play Rose and I'll be like, hey, you don't gotta do all that. That's chimmy. You don't gotta be BG. You don't gotta run around. We were just in the car talking about that. You know, people be trying to guilt trip you. I'm glad somebody can relate.
Yes. So, for KimSon, you said you did about 25 tracks with Joe, like 7 tracks with Drew, 3 tracks with Feezy. Are we gonna get all those?
I might get a Lost Files, you know. Every artist is good for a Lost Files. Some vintage, all black, some No Shame, Volume 6.
We were gonna get to that too. I'm like, is there gonna be a Shame 3? Like,
factual. I can't really speak on that because I get too excited. I'm like, shit, Jim. I start getting too excited, start leaking shit, and then later on they be like, bruh, I tell you the project dropping tomorrow. It don't drop to 6 months, and now everybody on my heels, and I'm just tra-la-line laughing. But I got you know, my team like, bruh, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just shout out to my promoters, and my team.
Anything else you want to tell people about KimSon?
Go listen to it again. Get in the whip, whatever interstate you're near. Make sure you at least got a half a tank of gas, and just slap it all the way through. Don't play with your phone. Don't answer no texts. Really, play it all the way through. Don't even get back to me. Just play it all the way through.
Yeah, listen to everything that you're saying because everything plays a role in who you are, but also, like we've discussed here, in the human experience. You know what I mean? Like, we all go through dark patches. We all need people to pull our card. Like, we need, all these things are part of the human experience, and I think to hear that from you is so important, and the people need to hear every single word, hear it all the way through, ride in the car, and really take that ride with you, because you really take a ride with All Black and just go through that place and that space, and I think that's so important for the people to hear.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Really though. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else you want to tell the people?
Thank you for fucking with me. For real. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you for, buying them tickets, supporting the dog, donating your ear. Outcalls is on the way. Drop 420. No, I do not smoke, but it does drop 420, April 20th. I was slapping it last night, and I got chills, and I even got on Instagram Live and started doing extra. Outcalls is the movie. Beautiful features. All the features are from, just a small portion of my favorite artists. I have a lot more, but every single artist that's on that project is one of my favorite artists, and I know at least 4 to 5 of their songs back to back, and I can run it like an old school Michael Jackson beat it for sure. But it's love. Shout out to everybody on the project. Everybody that's on the project. Shout out to all my good people. Shout out to everybody that helped me with the project. To that saucy ass floral suit. Shout out to my designer Delenciaga, the do-rag Papa. Shout out Jacqueline. Shout out Empire, for real. That's my family. Straight up. Everybody over there. Gazi, Nima, Ari, and 1,000 more people. Shout out to the whole Play Runners Association. We're going to take it on with 22nd Ways, and I appreciate you.
And that's it. Yay.
Thank you. Bye. I gotta go. Max, sleep.
And thank you so much for checking out this episode. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that follow or subscribe button on whatever you're listening on, and reach out to me. Let me know what your favorite part of this episode was. I'm on Twitter @SpecialSays, and on Instagram, it's @SpecialSays as well.